Walking these streets, shadows fall, lost in a world, echoes call, searching for life, voices true, St. James Church in the heart of the blue. Glorify God, nurture all, share the gospel, hear
Ready?
the call.
All right. Welcome to our 75th anniversary talks. We're here today with Joe Stevens to talk about his experience here at St. James. So when and how did you join St. James?
Before I forget, I'm going to have to say when I was first baptized here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, March 14th, 1999.
Oh, okay.
There, I didn't forget it. I have been taking the VIP classes with Pastor Carlson,
Oh, okay.
and it wasn't as terrible as I thought it was. In fact, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I hope I remember some of it. And
Yeah.
let's see, after I was baptized here, everything in us, it's just been so fast-paced, it seems like.
Yeah.
Everything is just all blended together. It's hard to condense it all in such a short amount of time.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I never thought I'd be here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my wife had come here with the boys for years, and I always declined their invitation.
Oh, okay.
And she never got upset or mad about it. She just politely asked me every Saturday if I was going to go to church with her and the boys on Sunday. And I always had a bunch of weird, stupid excuses why I didn't. You know, I just figured, well, I don't need to. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And then I think I told you one time before, one Saturday night, for some reason, I just walked in the other room and I said, I'm going to church with you in the morning.
Oh.
And I've been here ever since.
Oh.
And I don't know why, except maybe my good wife and the good Lord were kind of tag teaming me there and getting me through the door.
Sure. Sure.
You know, and my first day here, I was pretty nervous because I didn't know anybody. You know, I did know Cleo Price because we used to buy flowers from his flower shop.
Oh, okay.
So I knew him. And we got here, and Paul Lang met me at the door. He was a greeter that day. And the day went a lot better than I expected because I didn't know what to expect. And
Sure.
now you can't get me to leave, I don't think, sometimes. I like to talk.
Oh,
So if
that's
somebody
good.
else wants to talk, I'll sit there with them. Maybe that's why I started joining Bible study. It's kind of fun to sit around with people who are your friends,
Sure.
and you get to talk about something that's critically important, but at the same time, it's not a life or death situation.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Talking about God is important work,
Right.
but to be able to do it in a friendly atmosphere among friends, and you get off on a lot of different weird subjects in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things don't always go in order, but everybody seems to always be focused on the same point,
Yeah.
and that's the main thing. How do we get from here to there?
Right. Right.
And it's not always a straight line the way people do it.
Sure. Oh, sure. Sure.
Yeah, sometimes we have some side steps and back steps before we start moving forward. But as long as we're moving in the same direction, eventually I
Sure.
think that works.
So now, what was your religious background before you joined?
Practically none.
Oh, okay.
My mom was a Quaker, but I never knew her go to church.
Oh, okay.
My dad was a Methodist, but I never knew him to go to church.
Oh.
And they never went to church with me.
Oh, okay.
So if I ever went to church, it was always with an aunt or an uncle.
Oh, okay.
And it was very like holidays, Easter, Christmas, things like that.
Sure.
Nothing steady, nothing regular. No Sunday school for me,
Oh, okay. Okay. So
And
it was
then-
all kind of new. Yeah.
So I kind of grew up unchurched.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't aware that I was unchurched
Sure,
because it didn't
sure.
occur to me. I just figured that's something other people do. Like I go fishing, they go to church.
Right.
Same thing, right?
Right. Right.
And
So,
yeah, go ahead.
oh, what things have you done here at St. James? What
Oh.
positions and stuff?
Just a lot of little things. They have the nativity set up. I help a little with that. Then they have the Christmas stuff they decorate for that, and I help tote stuff around a little bit. And then Vacation Bible School, I help Lori and Peggy with that a little bit. They do 99% of the work.
Yeah, they do a lot of work.
To do,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
Janice and Tom. If it wasn't for those four people,
This
those are
is
the ones
true.
you see the faces of, but they have a lot of people behind them
Right,
setting stuff up that we never see.
right.
And all the work just magically, like the shoemaker wakes up and all the shoes are done.
Yeah,
The little elves. We have a lot of elves.
yes, yes.
Yeah, a lot
we
of
do.
talented people.
And you served as a counselor too with VBS, haven't you, with
Well,
the kids?
they call it a counselor, but it's more like just count who's here and come out even at the end.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a good thing. with
Yeah,
VBS
sometime
kids.
before the parents get here, make sure you have the right number. It's not hard, but sometimes some of the kids are a little trying.
Yeah,
But last year the kids were really good.
yeah. I think so too. It seemed like that was an easier.
Yeah, it seemed like
Summer,
they were more
summer.
focused on why they were here.
Right,
A lot of the kids, I don't think, know why they're here.
right, right. Well, yeah,
The young ones,
sure,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
I don't know. I can't think of anything else.
Oh,
Oh, I read. I forgot about
that's
that.
yeah. You do reading.
Yeah. If I told you before that I was going to come to church, you don't know what you're talking about. If I was going to come to church and help somebody do something, well, that ain't going to happen either.
Right.
And then if you told me I was going to come to church and go to Bible study, well, who needs Bible study?
Right.
I'm not going to Bible study, and now I go all the time.
Right.
And the reader, I volunteered for that on my own. Nobody asked me.
Oh, cool.
And I thought, I've got to do something or I'm not going to keep going forward in my faith.
Sure.
Your faith requires you to get closer to God, not put him off.
Right.
And I feel like being a reader, standing up there in the holy, holy place of our church, can't be any harm.
Right. Right.
And I think it's good for me to be up there. Even though I make a lot of mistakes, I feel like I'm contributing to the church
Yes.
body,
Yes.
Yeah. And
Definitely.
Yeah.
You do a good job.
Well,
So.
I've learned a lot just from the things you give me to read. I have to go back, okay, I have to get the backstory.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or go forwards. Okay, that's nice, but what happened later?
Yeah.
So I'm doing more Bible study when I'm not Bible studying, if that makes any sense.
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah. It's got to
And
have.
I enjoy it. It's kind of scary yet. I'm still, they say nobody's paying attention to you. Yeah, they are. I don't hear them
Yeah.
snoring.
Right. Right.
So I have to try to be careful what I say. I don't want to mess things up for the Lord.
Oh.
That's the wrong time to do it.
Yeah. So, what are some people who've had a big impact on you here at St. James?
Well, first of all, was my wife. If it hadn't been for her, I wouldn't be here. I think it was her good example for the years, and I finally I didn't break down because I didn't know I was being broken.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I just think from watching her over the years and the influence on the boys, and, well, maybe I've been wrong.
Oh.
Maybe it wouldn't hurt me to go to church.
Oh, okay.
And, because that was my attitude was, I don't need church. I think a
Sure.
lot of people have that attitude.
Right. Yeah.
But I think a lot of
yes.
people need to give it a chance. I'm glad I
Sure.
did, because I think it's made me a better person.
Yeah.
My wife says I've changed. I'm not going to list how, but I've changed. And reading up there, it just to me is like extra special moment in my life.
Oh, well, good.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's not something just do it to get it over with. I look forward to it when it's my turn.
Right.
Still a little nervous, but I still look
sure.
forward to it.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm glad I can do that. And I can't think of anything else I've done around here, really. The church is not self-operating. There's always somebody
there's
doing
always-
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it didn't for all the volunteers we have around here,
Sure.
it would be kind of rough on a couple people,
Yeah.
So,
is there anybody else that's had an influence on you?
yeah. Well, there's been, besides Pastor Carlson, then there's been Joe Chambers and Mike Klein and Jack Klein and Linda Kretzinger,
Oh, yeah.
bless her little heart. I just love the choir.
Yeah.
You know, I told her, I said, the only reason I come to church is to hear the choir. She says, that's not nice to say that. I said, yeah, but it's half true. Because I just love the choir.
Oh, yeah.
And I would sit there with my eyes shut and try to concentrate on the words. Because I can pay attention to them in a song better than somebody just talking them to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that is true. It
Yeah, if I
operates-
just read them in the book, that's not the same as hearing them the way they're meant to be heard.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
I think it's a little bit better impact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the music was great too, but you know, they're subordinate to the word.
Right.
You have to hear the lyrics. Yeah. And they did
Yeah.
a good job with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. And we have the praise band now. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
And we're blessed to have 2 keyboardists now. And now we
Yes.
have a drummer.
Yeah.
And Peggy and Lori and John and Danny. And there's a couple other new people up there I can't remember their name of.
Yeah, Elizabeth.
But they all do a
Slate,
good
yeah.
job. They all
Yeah.
do a good job, and I look forward to hearing that. It's kind of surprising because I never know from Sunday to Sunday what they're going to be doing.
Right.
You know, I
Right.
don't know if they have a lot of time to rehearse that, but it all sounds good to me.
Yeah, they usually they rehearse on Tuesday nights,
Do
and
they?
then they rehearse before.
Okay.
Service.
Well, I've noticed that's growing too. They're kind of running out of room up there.
Yeah, yeah, which is a good thing. But yeah, we are
Yeah,
running out
yeah.
of
I
room.
mean, that's a good problem.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And who else is there? Well, like I mentioned Peggy and Lori,
Yeah.
and then there's Janice and Tom. Those are the ones I usually come in contact with.
Right.
Because they're usually ones that know how to assign the work and what needs to be done, things like that. And if you ever have a question, if one of them doesn't have the answer, the other one does.
Yeah.
They're all really good at what goes on around here.
Yes.
You know, I don't know. It's their memory is amazing. Where does this go? Upstairs, third shelf
I
to the
know,
right.
I know,
You know,
I know.
how they remember that, I'll
I-
never know.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I'm always asking them too. Where's
Yeah.
this and that? And so-
Then there's other people here. There's like, well, Dr. Greeley.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Dr. Greeley. I bought that book just because I was curious. I didn't know for years that he was a doctor.
Yeah.
You know,
It's Dr. Nathan.
I just thought he
Greeley.
was Nathan. I didn't know he was Dr.
Yeah,
Nathan.
yeah. He has a second book out now.
Right.
as
I'm
well.
waiting to get that. He's supposed to let
Yeah.
me know. And
Yeah.
we're just about finished this book he's having a study in now. I think we're about our last
this,
chapter.
This is by Dr. Gene Vaith.
It was recommended by Dr. Greeley.
Yeah.
And he's
yeah.
got another one he recommended, and I can't remember the title of it. We're going to start it next.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But-
good.
These books, you know, I didn't know being a Lutheran was so easy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, some people make church hard.
Oh, yeah.
You know. I think I don't know, but between Nathan and Betty Willman and Barry Boyer and Tom, and there's a few other people, they're well versed in the Bible.
Right.
Well versed in the Bible. And if you have any questions or comments, they don't make fun of you. They don't put you
Right,
down.
right.
It's just like, well, this is the way it is. This is what it means. And then you can talk about it, and everybody pitches in.
Right.
And you get to learn a lot of different perspectives from people about where they came from in their life to get to the same point you are.
Sure.
We have a lot of people in our classes that were not Lutheran to begin with.
Yeah. I think this church in general, there are some baby Lutherans that came in as babies, but yeah, I think most of it comes from either a Wesleyan or a Methodist background.
We even have some that were Catholic.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have a very large number of Roman Catholics.
And I find that to be encouraging
Mm-hmm.
because it means they finally found their way.
Oh,
At least I have. I'm going to get a little prejudice on that. But, you know, it's nice to know that they've explored these other religious denominations or
right.
whatever, and they've come to the conclusion that what the Bible said is what matters.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's why I think I mentioned the other day, I hope we remain what other people call us conservative.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I think we need to remain that way.
Yeah.
There's too many people that like to get over to the edge and they fall off.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what are some interesting stories or anecdotes that you remember from your
Well,
time here?
There's one I'm not
happenings?
going to forget, and it's not about other people. It's about me and one other member, well, former member.
Oh,
Okay. Shortly after I started coming here, was before I became a baptized. My wife and I always went to the night services for Easter and Christmas.
oh, okay.
Okay, that was her favorite thing. And one year she was sick, and she couldn't make it that night, and it just really upset her.
Oh,
But I came by myself, and Linda Kretzer and the choir were starting in singing one of their, I think it was a medley that night or something. And after about a minute of the singing, I just burst out in tears. And I was sitting by myself because I didn't really know everybody a lot then.
sure.
I was in that VIP class, and I still didn't know a lot of people. And I wasn't crying because I was sad or upset, but Pastor Carlson's wife, Carol, came over from where she was and came clear around the back and came up and scooted up next to me. She didn't say a word, but she just was there to let me know that if I needed to talk to somebody,
Oh,
I wasn't alone.
yeah.
See, she thought I was in distress. I wasn't. I was happy
Oh, well,
because I had realized all of a sudden that all the times I have shunned God, He didn't shun me.
oh, yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, and here I am now in church worshiping Him, where I should have been years ahead of before when I could have come with my whole family.
Right.
And I missed that.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, okay, I've been forgiven for that big mistake in my life,
Sure.
and now I can start over.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like I mentioned before, I think, I walked out of church feeling like I lost 1,000 pounds of heavy weight. It was just, I don't know, some kind of release,
Sure.
but it was a happy release.
Yeah.
And I've never cried before, and I don't like crying,
Sure.
but that was a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was a good one, you know.
Yeah.
I think I finally realized that I didn't know what I thought I knew,
Oh, okay.
you know, about religion, about church, about why we're here. You know, I think a lot of it all came together, and I'm going to blame Linda and the choir for that because whatever they were singing that night, I can't remember, but it opened me up. It opened me up. God thought I was ready.
Oh, well, good.
Okay, you know, I guess things sneak up on you sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I wasn't expecting that when I went to church. I just thought I was going to go to church and then come home at dark. You know, be midnight, I'd be home. I
Sure.
thought that would be it.
Sure.
And it wasn't. That wasn't it. It was a good night.
So, any other stories or?
Well, my wife and Dottie Wolf, when they were teenagers, used to babysit in the daycare,
Oh, okay.
take care of all the little babies. I call them teenagers then because it's been a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes I could hear stories about how the kids were a little bit rough that day to handle, or sometimes maybe some of the parents weren't exactly cooperative, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, with what they needed to do to make sure their kid was ready to bring in,
Oh,
you know, and things they needed to do and stuff like that. And
sure.
little stories. But when you deal with people, there's always going to be something that's going to crop up.
Yeah.
But they did that for years and years.
Oh,
And then the people who ran the daycare that had the classrooms, you know, I'm sure they've got some stories to tell about their kids too.
Oh, I bet.
You know,
I bet.
yeah. But I'm sorry that's gone. But it was no longer self-supporting.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
and there's only so much you can do.
Right.
And if the community's not willing to help you, then you need to try something else somewhere else.
Yeah.
There's still stuff to do, maybe just a different version somewhere
Exactly.
else.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to see the community support us more as far as, especially Vacation Bible School. I'd like to see they get those numbers up.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
we have room for more kids. It
Yeah.
wouldn't hurt to have them full pews in there. You know,
Right.
we have a few empty ones. Let's fill them up.
Sure.
And I don't know how you do that unless the kids just pass the word around among themselves at school. I hope they do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I hope they do. If we give the kids a good time at Vacation Bible School, teach them a little bit about Jesus and God, and let them know that they're not alone in life no matter what's going on in their life. That was me.
Right.
You know, I was alone in my life. I was married with kids, but I didn't know I was alone.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, I thought I was because I was trying to do everything by myself.
Right.
And that's hard sometimes.
It can be. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what significant changes have happened in your time here that
Well,
you remember?
all the hard work was done before I got here. You know, the building was up, walls were painted.
Oh, yeah.
The pews were in. I didn't get in on any of that. That happened long before I got here. And a lot of those people are gone now that started that.
Yeah.
And those that remain, they have some fond memories of that, I'm sure. And I bet they could be interesting to tell their story. I've heard some of the people, and like Dwayne and Dottie McClure,
Mhm.
you know, and a few other people their age. They're the ones that got this started.
Yeah.
And we owe them a lot of gratitude for what
Yes.
they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, they did it for the Lord, but that spreads. You know, you get other people involved. You just
Right.
it ends up magnifying itself. And now we have a bunch of people that are dedicated to the church.
Sure.
And maybe 50 years from now, they'll be telling their story.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I hope they will.
Yeah. So how has St. James impacted your faith walk?
It's very supportive. And I like these Bible classes. I didn't know that Nathan Greeley was so, well, that's his life.
Yes.
That's
yes.
his life, is studying religion, and particularly our religion.
Right.
And he's a wealth of knowledge.
Yes, he is.
And then there's other people in our groups. They might not have a doctorate degree in religion or education or whatever it is, but they know a lot of information.
Mhm.
And they study on their own time, doing it their own way. And everybody still comes around to the same thing. Yeah, this is what it is. This is how to do it, you know. And,
Right.
you know, if it's not in the Bible and somebody's telling you something that's not there, then maybe they're misinformed.
Right.
You know, nobody else gets to write their own Bible and have it count as the same as the first one.
Right. This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to see for the future for St. James?
Oh, more kids, more everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, just more everybody. But I don't want it to be, I know we're not going to be a megachurch
Right. Right.
because we're too conservative. Other megachurch people tend to be people that are there for show and not for go.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they're not too concerned about where they're going. They just want to look good today.
Yeah.
So I think we're conservative. We're going to only attract a certain kind of people, you
Right.
know, and I think we're going to start seeing more of those people as things get tough. People all of a sudden go back to their roots,
Yeah.
you know what I
think
mean?
that's
And they start in wondering, well, you know, we've messed it up this bad by ourselves. Maybe we're doing it wrong.
true. Yeah.
Maybe there is a reason for the Bible.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
without that Bible, that guidebook, you just wander all over the place.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nobody left by themselves never didn't get in trouble.
Right. Right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's for sure.
you got to have rules.
So,
Parents need rules for kids. Schools need rules for kids.
right.
Kids need rules for each other when they play together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a reason for rules,
That's
and there are reasons for people to suggest them. It's because they love you and they want what's best for you.
Right.
You know, rules aren't meant to hurt you.
Right.
Rules are meant to make you safe
Right.
and do things better in your life.
Yeah.
And if you're just told there's no rules, it usually works out disaster.
Sure.
One disaster after another.
Sure.
Yeah.
So is there anything I didn't ask you or you wanted to add or?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. And that's kind of tough because I've heard everybody on here and everybody had their own little version of what's going on in their faith walk and their interactions here. And everything's quite similar.
Yeah.
There are differences, but we still have the core belief, the reason why we're here. We want to learn more. That's why we have the Bible classes. You know, I even took the Zoom classes when they had those. And I never
Oh.
thought I'd do that. You know, I'm not going to mess with that. But I enjoyed that. It wasn't the same as being here,
Right.
but it
Right.
was better than not doing anything at all.
Right.
You know, and the people who taught it, Joe Seaborn, he's the one that got me to go to Bible study.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've mentioned that before.
Yeah. I forgot to mention Joe. Yeah. I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. The last time I saw him was at the grocery store.
Oh, okay.
And they had a reunion party at the church too.
Right. We went to that
we
reunion
went to
party.
that,
Yeah.
But he was a big influence on me getting to go to Bible class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he promised me, he says, I'm not going to ask you any questions. He says, I know you're new to this. I'm not going to ask you any questions, embarrass you in front of anybody. But he says, I will expect you to pitch in and talk, and that's never trouble with me.
Oh, okay.
Just don't ask me a question, because I don't know the answer yet. Or I can give you a lot of answers, but they're not going to be right. Yeah, yeah. And who else was there? Oh, man, I can't think of the name. I'm sorry, I can't draw a blank.
No,
Too many people.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot of people here that have an influence, and I think a lot of them don't even know they do.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah, you know, they're so kind and generous and helpful and polite, and they want to. Everybody wants to help.
Yeah.
And I think that just spreads. It's kind of an infection.
Right.
It gets spread around, and that's good.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
good. You know, they don't realize that every time they take a step, they're leaving behind a good example to follow.
Right.
You know, and that's important too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you don't say, "Hey, thanks for the example you just left." You know, and you just take it as you get it. Take it as you get it, and they go on their way, and not even knowing that they helped you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in.
Well,
thanks for coming in twice.
Well, like I say, I thought you looked familiar.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, our first interview, we had a great interview too. Although I don't think it's as good as this, but it was good. But then we had a computer malfunction of my own volition or own problem. So.
Right. Well, the fire department got involved. You don't need to see that.
Again, thanks for coming in.
Well, I appreciate it. I hope you keep doing this.
Oh, we will. We will.
Yeah, I watch every one you do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's got that thing on my screen that it won't let me open it up because it wants all this password stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I just watch it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I can't click on I'm watching it. It won't accept it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I can't click on it. It doesn't click the number up.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. All right.
Well, I guess that's the end of it. Bye, folks.
All right. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Peace out.
Walking these streets, shadows fall, lost in a world, echoes call, searching for life, voices true, St. James Church in the heart of the blue. Chains, singing new names, pushing through the night, feeling small, seeking the answers stall, windows of gray, stained with hue. Chains, singing new names, heartbeats pounding, truth revealed, in the silence wounds are healed, faith in motion, spirits move, in this place we find our groove, in the dark streets, hope we find. Unity glowing, love unbind, hands reaching out,